JBNN keep you informed. I'm Michelle Jones. Before we get into the news, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and share the news with someone today. Now onto the news. Speeding Mercedes-Benz crashes after eluding cops in traffic stops. A dramatic sequence of events unfolded on Tuesday afternoon as police arrested the driver of a red Mercedes-Benz GLE 450 following a high-speed chase that spanned two major highways and ended in a crash involving two other vehicles, including a truck. According to Constable Barrett of the Area 3 Highway Patrol, officers were conducting speed and spot check operations at around 12:30 p.m. along the PJ Patterson Highway, specifically the Williamsville leg, when the red SUV was signaled to stop. The driver failed to comply and eluded police not once, but twice, first on the PJ Patterson Highway and again on the Winston Jones Highway near Mandeville. The pursuit ended when the vehicle collided with the two other vehicles. Fortunately, there was no reports of serious injuries. It was clocked at 162 km per hour in an 80 km zone, Constable Barrett said. The vehicle eluded us and we called for assistance. An inspector and a team at Williamsville stated that they stopped the vehicle. The driver stopped and he sped off later on, resulting in the collision along the Winston Jones Highway, added the policeman. A police source said the driver of the car identified himself as a car mart dealer. However, the police have expressed concern that it is difficult to trace cars with demonstration plates. We're imploring motorists when they are signaled to stop to adhere to the road signs, said Constable Barrett. We have an issue with the blue plates because once they refuse to stop, we have no way of knowing who those vehicles belong to, as they cannot be identified by our current system, added Barrett. Jamaica goes murder-free for 24 hours between Monday and Tuesday. The police say no murders were recorded in the island in the 24 hours between 5:45 a.m. on Monday, May 5, to 5:45 a.m. Tuesday, May 6. The killing of bar operator Thelma Brown in Brednut Hill, St. Anne, happened at about 1:38 a.m. on Monday. The police said that murder was represented in the reporting period for Sunday. According to police statistics, the 4 deaths recorded for the Monday reporting period were the result of motorcycle crashes. Judge orders policewoman's arrest at Clarendon Parish Court. A policewoman assigned to the Mapen police station was ordered arrested at the Clarendon Parish Court on Monday after allegedly failing to appear in court multiple times for a case she was investigating. It is understood that the constable, who serves as the investigating officer in the matter, was taken into custody after appearing at the courthouse. The arrest was ordered by the presiding resident magistrate, who reportedly charged her with non-appearance. In Jamaica, investigating officers are legally required to attend court sessions to provide evidence in cases they are overseeing. Judges have the authority to bind them over to ensure their attendance. The arrest has reportedly sparked outrage among some of her colleagues at the Mapen police station. They argued that the court made no prior attempt to contact the officer and did not issue a warrant before taking the steps to arrest her. The constables later granted bail in the sum of $80,000. 4 people killed in road crashes on Monday, including 3 in St. Anne. 3 people died within a 7-hour span on Monday in separate motor vehicle crashes in St. Anne, including 2 along the MercedesBenz main road, a police report has revealed. 2 of the victims were motorcyclists. They were among 4 people who died on the roadways Monday. The 4th victim, a 61-year-old motorcyclist, was killed in a crash along the Withorn main road in Westmoreland. A total of 131 people have died in 117 fatal crashes recorded between January 1 and Monday, according to the latest statistics published by the Island Traffic Authority. Road deaths are down 11%, while fatal crashes have dipped by 9% when compared to the corresponding period last year, the data shows. A 21-year-old motorcyclist was killed in the first St. Anne crash, which occurred along the MercedesBenz main road at about 10:50 a.m. The motorcycle had no registration plate affixed. Excessive speeding, failing to keep to the nearest side or proper traffic lane, and losing control were listed in the police report as the possible causes of the crash. Nearly 2 hours later, a second motorcyclist was killed in a collision along the Beecham Field main road. The police say apparent error of judgment or negligence, pedestrian error, and losing control were the possible main causes of the crash. The 3rd St. Anne road death, the second along the MercedesBenz main road, resulted in the death of a 66-year-old man who was a passenger in a commercial vehicle, the police report revealed. The possible main causes of the collision were listed as apparent error of judgment or negligence, mechanical defects or failure of brakes, and losing control. My client did not know Bulemos was a fugitive, says lawyer trial. The lawyer for the man was held in a vehicle then St. Catherine Most Wanted, Glendon Bull Amos, on Monday declared that his client did not know he was in the company of a fugitive. The trial of Dean Dawson, who is charged with harboring a fugitive, started on Monday in the St. Catherine Parish Court. His attorney at law, Teddy May Jackson, told the court that his client had no knowledge that Amos was a fugitive when they were stopped and accosted by the police in St. Anne in January. A police witness admitted that Amos looked totally different from the picture of him that the police have on record. I am putting it to you that you cannot say for sure that Mr. Dawson knew that Amos was a wanted man when he was held, May Jackson said to a police witness during cross-examination. Responding, the police constable said that he was not sure. The court heard that Dawson said he did not know of Amos's status with the police when they were held. "I that me hear, but me not know," Dawson said. The trial is to continue on June 2 with another police witness to take the stand. Allegations are that on January 29, 2025, Amos was held by the Joint Anti-Gang Task Force in a car driven by Dawson in Monique, St. Anne. Amos was allegedly wanted for a slew of heinous crimes in the St. Catherine North Police Division, including murder, was arrested and charged. Dawson was subsequently charged with harboring a fugitive. Both have been in custody since their arrest. Cops signed gun during search for wanted men. An illegal gun and 6 rounds of ammunition were seized on Ramsey Road, Kingston 13 on Monday. According to the police, the contraband was found during an operation in continued pursuit of members of the Stinger Gang, namely Shadwayne Hines, otherwise called Nico, Kemar Fraser, otherwise called Parry, and Malik Mattis, otherwise called Baby Boy. The police said these men, who have been listed as persons of interest, are all suspects in a murder case. Reports indicate that between 11 a.m. and 12:20 p.m., detectives carried out snap raids searching for the men. They were not seen. However, during a search of a premises on Ramsey Road, a black Canic 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 6 rounds was found. The weapon was found concealed beneath a damaged section of the perimeter fence. No arrest was made in connection with the seizure, the police said. The suspects were again asked to turn themselves into the police by 6 p.m. on Tuesday. JUTC fuel theft trial stalled due to absent witnesses, bench warrants issued. Bench warrants were today issued in the St. Catherine Parish Court for a police investigating officer and the operation manager of the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, as their failure to appear stalled the trial of 4 people accused of stealing 60 gallons of petrol from the bus company. In issuing the warrants, Senior Parish Court Judge Desiree Lane said that it was unacceptable that the witnesses were not present and said their absence was an affront to the Crown. Arising from the stalled trial, bail was further extended for the accused, Bob Anderson, O'Neill Downer, Carrington Martin, and Popita Jarrett, who are charged with larceny and conspiracy to commit larceny. Allegations are that at about 9 p.m. on September 30, 2023, a JUTC driver was held in Lake Spence, St. Catherine, in connection with the theft of 60 gallons of petrol. The police were summoned and following an investigation, the 3 other people were arrested. All 4 were subsequently charged. JTA sounds the alarmable potential for unfair and unconstitutional treatment of teachers. President of the Jamaica Teachers Association, Dr. Mark Smith, has continued his criticism of the Jamaica Teaching Council bill, highlighting what he says is the potential lopsided representation the Jamaica Teaching Council has outlined in the bill and the potential for breaches of teachers' constitutional rights. The bill aims to regulate and establish professional standards for teaching, but with the JTA being able to nominate 6 members of the proposed 31-member council, he believes this might be detrimental to the interests of members of the teaching profession.
We have over time significant concerns regarding how many members that are appointed by the professional association, this will be the JPA, that are allowed to serve. That number presently stands at 6. With 31 members on the council, we would be able to appoint 6. We are concerned that there might be some very overt attempts at some point, we're not saying right now, so we might have a time when a political leader comes to office and stacks this council with a lot of political appointees. We think it is important that if you want the teachers to be fully engaged, the teachers need to be given more agent over their council, which will seek to professionalize the very job that they hold. The council, based on what has been outlined in the bill, has the authority to suspend or revoke someone's license. Let us take, for instance, the whole idea of suspension of a license. Upon receiving accusation against and an investigation is launched, the council may seek to suspend the license of the teacher while they carry out this process. Now, we believe that that is a dangerous invasion of the one's constitutional rights.
PM announces $2 million reward for information on killers of Terona Thomas. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has announced a $2 million reward fund for information leading to the apprehension of the killers of 14-year-old Terona Thomas, who was shot dead on 11 in St. Andrew on April 20. Also speaking at the commissioning of the Olympic Way Jamaica Eye Monitoring Project at the Olympic Gardens Police Station on Tuesday, Thomas, affectionately called TT, and the two men were shot and injured in the drive-by shooting.
And the reason why I'm doing this is that just a few weeks ago, there was a drive-by shooting in one of the off-roads where a 14-year-old Jamaican girl who could be a lawyer, doctor, teacher, who could have given so much to the country, moments before she asked her mother for some money if she could go to the shop to buy, I don't remember what it was she did, like crab, just down the road from her house. And the mother went into her pocket, gave her daughter no expectation that some low-life beast would come and claim the life of her daughter over some foolishness, over who thief, who for gun. And we must have pity and sympathy on those people. We must come out and protest on their behalf. It is time that Jamaica stands up and be definitive. We must stand up and protest for the victims. And that 14-year-old girl shot in her head, innocent. And we protest for criminals. Every Jamaican should resolve that we must get rid of the criminals. It could have been your daughter. Walk into the shop. But as I stand here today, we are going to find you. So we're going to put cameras on that road and several others. But I also want to announce that we're going to put up a $2 million reward fund for anyone giving information leading to the capture and arrest of those criminals who are responsible for the murder of that 14-year-old girl in this constituency. And I'm going to ask the Minister of National Security if he could top it up so that there is a greater incentive. Because somebody knows. As I told you, it's been my experience. People know. But nobody's going to come forward and give evidence. But we just need to know so we can piece things together. Somebody knows. So let me repeat. We will be giving $2 million. And I'm asking the Ministry of National Security to top that up so that there is a sizable sum so we can find those criminals who did that to that 14-year-old girl who is not here with us. It really touched my heart.
JBNN will keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment, and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.